welcome to the Sugarcraft School with Rachel Hannah. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how you can add beautiful metallic leaf to your sugar paste cakes. And in particular, I'm going to be adding some today down this beautiful marble. So let's get started. So to begin with, I am going to be using just a touch of water. I have my metallic leaf on transfer sheets here, so it's important that you get the transfer sheets for better control. You can see it's staying on the transfer sheet here as I move it around, instead of loose leaf, which will just fly off the transfer sheet and be a lot more tricky to control, which is great for certain projects if you're looking for a more random placement of things, but if you're wanting to be a bit more precise, then make sure you get the transfer sheets like this. The other thing to note is make sure that your metallic leaf is the edible kind and not the type that is supplied for craft purposes. So you don't need much. We've got a little bit of water, just cooled boiled water with a brush, our transfer sheets, a little bit of paper towel just to remove any excess water, and our sugar pasted cake. Now, usually I would sugar paste the day before so that the sugar paste is firmed up nicely. So as I'm applying and touching the cake, I'm not putting any finger marks into the perfect icing that we've created the day before. So just leave it overnight to rest up and to just firm up a little bit, and then you'll be able to go ahead and do whatever you want to with the cake. So to begin with, just have a look at the marbling that you've created if you're going to be applying it to a marble textured cake, and pick out some areas that you might want to highlight with the accent of the metallic leaf. We're using a silver leaf today, but you can use gold leaf if you wanted. And then pick somewhere that you would like the leaf to be applied, and you're then going to make sure that there is water applied to the exact area that you want the leaf to go on. And you can see here I've not got an excess of water on my brush. I've basically dipped it in the water and then removed any excess. We don't want to put too much water on the cake. So I'm just brushing down the area that I want the actual metallic leaf to stick to. And the leaf will sort of will stick to anything that's tacky on here, and anything that's obviously not tacky or wet will stay just as normal sugar paste. Okay, and then having too much water on your sugar paste will actually make it trickier for you to get a good finish with the metallic leaf. So I always just go and pop a little bit of paper towel on to remove any excess. Sometimes this means that you remove a little bit too much and you might need to go back and reapply, but it's better to do that than sometimes if you've got too much, it won't stick on. It'll slip and slide around. So then just gently start to place your transfer sheet over where you've applied the water and remove. Okay, so you can see here some has pulled off from the transfer sheet beyond where the water was applied. That's absolutely fine, just keep going, we'll deal with that later. Keep going down and try and use the light so that you can see exactly where the water is. Here. This is a really lovely effect because, as you can see, you don't need to use a huge amount of metallic leaf to get the highlighted effect of the metallic on the cake. So once you've done a little section like this, just pop your sheet aside somewhere safe and grab a dry paintbrush. So not the one you've used for the water, but another dry one, and we can remove these excess bits here. So choose a brush that's appropriate for the size of the project you're working on. So obviously if you've covered a whole tier, then you might be using a slightly bigger brush. But for this, it's a small area, so we're going to use quite a small brush. Make sure it's dry and clean, and we're just going to lightly brush over any loose bits. And basically anywhere that there wasn't water, this will just come off. And you can reuse this. So this can be nice to just pop in a little pot and you can use it to sprinkle on top of buttercream cakes or anything like that in the future. So don't necessarily just discard that. You can pop it in a little pot. As long as it's clean and dry, it'll keep perfectly well. So just work along, pick off any excess bits or any bits that you don't like before it sets firmly on the cake. If you want something quite abstract and you've got like an angular line, for example, you might want to just get rid of that and make it a bit more organic looking. And that's it. Really simple, quick and easy, but definitely creates a nice highlight along your marble. And obviously you can go around the whole cake, picking out little bits that you want to provide a bit more accent to and draw a little bit more attention to and be a real focal point on your cake.